What do you think a real man is?
Someone that can like make me feel safe, like somewhat. I'm not looking for someone to provide, but someone that can kind of match like the same energy and stuff like that. Like I can provide for myself, so I want you to provide for yourself. Like have the same goals and like values.
What do you think your duties are as his wife?
I'll tell you, I come from like a Hispanic household, so for us it's cooking and cleaning, taking care of our man, serving our man, and like watching over the kids, but definitely still having your own. Like I was taught to be very independent as well, so I'm not like dependent on a man and what he does, but I definitely want to like serve my man and cook for him and clean for him.
So if he wakes up at 4 in the morning and he says, honey, I'm hungry, can you go cook me something? You're doing it.
I'll make you a sandwich or I'll DoorDash you something.
So I went to the mall to get my favorite cup of tea, and I look over and I see this guy, and he's looking at me, and I'm like, oh my God, like I was like, ooh, what's up? Like he didn't say anything, so I was like, hello. And so he comes over and he talks to me, and we weren't 5 minutes into the conversation. We weren't 3 minutes in. And he was like, oh, my dad's 6'5" and my mom's 5'1". That's why I'm short. I couldn't believe this grown man just gave me a disclaimer as to why he's the height he is. Babe, I saw how tall you were when I was standing on the other side of the damn restaurant. I cannot believe he said that to me, and I totally lost interest suddenly. Damn! I had to go walk the dog I didn't have. And y'all are probably like, oh, that's fucked up, you should have still, no. Because there's nothing worse than somebody that oozes their insecurities on you, and it lets me know that that's way deep rooted, and that's not something I want to deal with. Because when you have something you can't change about yourself, like your height, you make up for it in other areas. You get your paper up, you get in the gym, and you read books, so your self-confidence is out of this world. But you don't disclaim why you're the height you are. Like that turned me off. Whoa, don't do that. It doesn't matter how tall you are, baby.
Whoa. Here I come. Oh.
Broke ones come with cheating. The rich ones come with cheating. I'd rather my man cheat on me while I'm up in the penthouse and I'm taken care of, so I can go use his Amex in the morning and dry my eyes with a Chanel towel.
Sensational.
Than to be like, you stole little crab legs on the pool, Sam.
Yeah, this is like embarrassing as hell, but honestly, like, I don't give a damn. I feel like I'm about to be stood up. So, I have a date planned with this guy at 6, and it is 5:46 right now. So I was already headed toward his area. He doesn't really, we don't text all day, which is cool with me, but like I FaceTimed him 2 times, like 15 minutes ago, just like confirming because I'm on the way right now. And I haven't heard from him. I did have a missed call from him at 5:16. And so I called him back twice, like 10 minutes later, and I haven't heard from him. And I texted him, haven't heard from him. So I just pulled over because I'm not about to keep driving if I don't know I'm about to meet up with you, you know? And it's raining, so I'm gonna wait. I shouldn't even be waiting. I should just go home right now, but I'm gonna wait until 6 o'clock. And if I don't hear from this man, I'm having a night in. I would usually turn this into like a solo date. All right, guys, so he's talking about he forgot about this thing he had to go to, so he's asking me if I can meet at 8. Not really. I feel like I feel like that's kind of disrespectful. So I did not end up going home. I romanticized life, and I feel like one thing always leads to another, so I made reservations for one at a cute sushi place. So I'm about to head there now. Yeah, a date with the baddest.
A substitute teacher in Texas was caught on video allegedly encouraging middle school students to fight in their classroom. Nearly 10 minutes of video recorded by a student shows 2 fights. The teacher starts by warning kids not to film with their phones.
I'm gonna take it away, and I'll send it to the office, and then you'll pay for it.
She tells one student to stand guard.
Stand by that door and hold it in case somebody comes in.
Shut up! And tells another to put 30 seconds on the clock.
30 seconds. Starts the clock, that's when it goes.
After the first two students fight, classmates say that at least one of them is bleeding.
Is he really?
The substitute responds by hushing the class and saying,
Play again if you're talking.
the substitute, who hasn't been named, was fired last week, and the district sent the matter to police.
Maybe a little more sexualized online or whatever. The person who's really in my bed at night knows the woman I am, and knows that whatever's on social media is bringing an income.
I want a bunch of beta orbiters and Sims fawning over me.
Oh, hell no!
Right? So that's just how I feel about that. I don't think I'm opposed to it, but as long as social media is a part of my career, no, I will not be letting a man tell me what to do on social media.
She belongs to the streets.
Story time about how I flew out and literally went back home less than 24 hours later.
Nobody cares.
So this guy that I've known on Instagram for probably like a year and a half, maybe 2 years, don't really remember. Like, he's been telling me to go visit him, right? And he was like, I'll get your ticket to Pittsburgh or Chicago, wherever I am at the moment. Just let me know. I'm the biggest bullshitter ever. So like, I'll tell you like, yeah, let's hang out, and I will never hang out with you. Or I'll be like, yeah, let's go do this, and I will never see you. But this weekend, I actually was free, and he was like, just come to Pittsburgh this weekend. And I was like, you know what? Okay. So he had literally called me the day before, and he was in Atlanta. And he was like, oh, it's okay. Like, I'm flying you back home tomorrow. I got you. I'm going to pick you up at the airport. Like, we're good. For context, I showed him the flight. He told me, yeah, it's good. He sent me the money for the flight. So he knew what time I was landing. Keep that in mind. Anyways, I had worked all day that day. Literally got off work, came home, got my suitcase, and went straight to the freaking airport. Mind you, my flight didn't land till midnight, which he knew. He knew this. So I told him, like, we're about to land, and he was like, okay, cool. Gee, something happened on the plane, though, and, like, the paramedics had to come onto the plane, so, like, we had to wait 30 minutes, but I told him that. And he was like, gee, like, you're taking forever. I'm literally finna get you an Uber. I'm a girl, I've never been to Pittsburgh before, and then you're gonna have me Uber, and you live 30 minutes from the fucking airport? And I was like, bro, like, literally, I'm about to get off the plane, and I need to go get my bag. And he was like, what, you checked the bag? And he was like, bro, like, are you for real? So literally I get my bag and I told him like, I already got my bag. And he was like, oh, I'll be there in like 5-10 minutes. But it's like, you just had an attitude, but you weren't even at the fucking airport yet. So I get in the car and like, mind you, I hadn't ate all day, which I guess is my fault. But like most people, if I pick somebody up, I'd be like, are you hungry? Like, do you want something to eat? No. He goes straight to his house. And then I was like, okay, well, I have to take a shower. And I literally try to shower. The water is cold. And I was like, I don't know if I'm just dumb or like, and he's like, you don't know how to work shower? And I'm like, I do. And then he's like, oh, I don't know why my water isn't getting hot. His house was also a mess. And he was like, oh, my maid didn't come today because of her baby or something. He had training that morning at like 7 o'clock in the morning. I woke up at 10. He still wasn't there. And I was like, bro, like, where are you? He was like, I won't be back home till 3ish. So I called my roommate and I was like, should I just go home? And she was like, dude, fuck it. Mind you, I was hungry and there was no food in his house. So I literally got an Uber and it was like 30 minutes from the fucking airport, but I was like, I don't even give a fuck at this point. I got an Uber. Before I even got out of his house, I blocked him on everything, and I went to the airport and literally just went back home. And then I saw that he texted me on TikTok and I blocked him on there too. But yeah, y'all, like, I don't know, was I in the wrong for this? I don't think I was.
Jesus can't save these hoes. Why are you trying?
KFC's a date in Jamaica. If you want to tempt me to KFC here is absolute garbage.
Why is KFC such a good date spot in Jamaica but not here?
Any Caribbean island, the KFC is just amazing. The chicken is good, the zingers is good. If you ever go to Jamaica, try the KFC. I think the #1 KFC in the world is Trinidad. I think Jamaica's third on the list.
Stop the cap.